Today, we're tackling a fascinating medical puzzle, Cushing syndrome. It's a classic case where one single thing goes wrong, a rogue hormone, and it just unleashes this domino effect of problems all over the body. So let's jump right in.
Seriously, think about it for a second. How can one hormone be responsible for weight gain and weak muscles and even anxiety? I mean, those things seem totally unrelated, right? Well, that's the big mystery we're going to solve today.
All right, first things first, we've got to introduce our villain. What exactly is Cushing syndrome?
So the condition itself is called Cushing syndrome. And when you boil it all down, the problem is actually pretty straightforward. It's about having way too much of one specific hormone, called cortisol, in your system for a long time.
Okay, so I called cortisol a villain, but that's not the whole story. Normally, cortisol is actually one of the good guys. You know, it's a super important hormone that acts like a manager in your body, handling everything from your metabolism to your immune system. But with Cushing's, it's like that manager suddenly gets unlimited power and no oversight. And that's when it goes from being helpful to, well, really destructive.
So, what's the first thing this rogue manager does? Well, you can often see the first clues. Excess cortisol starts to, and I mean this literally, remodel your body. And this is where things get really strange. Cortisol has this paradoxical effect on fat. It's a master of moving things around. It starts pulling fat out of your arms and legs, and then it dumps it all right in the middle of your body, in your trunk, your face, and even on your back. It's like raiding your arm and leg savings account just to cram it all into your torso account. And this whole redistribution scheme, it leads to some of the classic telltale signs of the syndrome. You get what's called a moon face, a very full, round face. You get that buffalo hump on the back. And you get more fat around the abdomen, all while, you guessed it, the arms and legs, the places that got robbed, look much thinner. But wait, it's not just about the fat. Cortisol also has this powerful catabolic effect. That's just a fancy word for breaking things down. So it starts breaking down muscle protein to use for energy. This causes muscle weakness and wasting, which, of course, just makes those arms and legs look even thinner. And this breakdown spree doesn't stop at the muscles. Oh no, cortisol goes after the proteins in your skin too, like collagen. This makes the skin super thin and fragile, which is why people with Cushing's often bruise so easily. And think about it. When that now weakened skin gets stretched by all that new fat being deposited, it can actually tear. That's what creates those really distinct, wide purple stretch marks. Okay, so everything we've talked about so far is stuff you can pretty much see on the outside. But trust me, the damage from all this extra cortisol runs way deeper. Let's pull back the curtain and look at the chaos it's causing inside the body. Let's start with blood sugar. Cortisol launches this kind of three-pronged attack. First, it tells your liver, hey, pump out a ton of extra glucose. Then, at the exact same time, it goes to your muscles and says, nope, you're not allowed to take in any of that sugar. So what happens? All that sugar has nowhere to go but to hang out in your blood. Your blood sugar levels just shoot through the roof, which can even lead to a type of diabetes. And it doesn't stop there. Cortisol messes with your blood pressure too. It does two main things. It makes your blood vessels extra sensitive to other stress hormones, so they tighten up more easily. And then it tells your kidneys to hang on to salt and water. More fluid in the system plus tighter pipes, you can see where this is going. It's a perfect recipe for high blood pressure. Yeah, your bones are definitely not safe from this. Cortisol basically declares war on your skeleton. It attacks from all sides. On one hand, it slows down the cells that build new bone. On the other, it hits the accelerator on the cells that dissolve old bone. So you're losing bone faster than you're making it. And to add insult to injury, it also makes it harder for your body to even absorb calcium. The end result of all this is osteoporosis and a much higher risk of fractures. I mean, the reach of this one hormone is just staggering, isn't it? But we're not done. Let's look at the final set of impacts here on our immune defenses, our reproductive system, and even our mental health. Okay, so check this out. It dials down your immune system, which means you're more likely to get sick. It throws your reproductive hormones completely out of whack. It directly messes with your brain chemistry, which can cause serious anxiety and depression. Heck, it even affects your skin, causing redness and acne. It's everywhere. It really does touch every single system in the body.
So, we've seen all this evidence, right? From the visible stuff like a moon face, all the way to the invisible damage to our bones. What's the big takeaway here? What's the thread connecting all of it?
Well, this quote from the source material just nails it. It says that all these signs and symptoms, every single one, comes down to the effects of too much cortisol. Specifically, its metabolic, catabolic, cardiovascular, and immunosuppressive effects. It all circles back to that one rogue manager working overtime. It really is all connected.
You know, the story of Cushing syndrome is just an incredible reminder of how complex and finely tuned our bodies really are. It shows you how one single master switch, one hormone, can change absolutely everything. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? What other master switches are at work inside you right now, shaping your health in ways you don't even realize?